Hello guys and girls, how you doing? It's your boy Umar Abdullahi again. Today I'm going to walk you through my trade recap, the trade that I took throughout the week, one on Eurjpy and one on Audnzd. They are both a fantastic position. This week I was very busy because I was on test period, so my university, so I was very busy. I had to read, had to go for tests, had to do this, so I don't have enough time to actually even record some videos throughout the week. So, but overall, I was able to take two positions, which I am happy to walk you through. They're both a fantastic position, and I know for sure that you're going to learn a lot of lessons from this video. So for a reminder, if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, please make sure you hit the subscription button so that you get notified whenever I get to post new contents. And of course, you can go back to the previous Sunday market breakdown and watch the market breakdown. Then you are going to see the thought process, why I was even looking at this trade, and then how I wanted to position myself and what had happened now. Because trust me, there's a lot of value from this trade, and the Sunday market breakdown, and of course my previous trade recap as well. So guys and girls, without further ado, let's dive straight into it. So first of all, I'm going to go to daily. Let me just clean this out. All right guys, so if you watched the Sunday market breakdown last week, you understand why we were even looking at this position. We'll go to weekly. We initially had broken this value area here. We initially broke this value area here in the form of 1, 2, 3. So we were looking for kind of selling here, but price created that extension, and then we were trading between these 2 points of interest. So now what we're actually trading here is the pattern itself. We're trading the pattern. We have 1, 2, 3. We have middle section, break, create that extension. So and then price dropped. So when price dropped here and price was kind of approach it the second time, we were looking to see if we're going to get any form of rejections around here, because the move to the upside was corrective anyway. Then what we also noticed from last week's on the market breakdown was that okay, we have potential to form a kind of this sort of continuation. But however, if we're going to form this sort of continuation, we still have to come down to make this 1, 2, 3 touch, or maybe a double bottom before we continue to the upside, which is why we were looking for the trade around this euro yen last week. So now I have this here to see okay, we could probably get this sort of 1, 2, 3 continuation, which is exactly what the market has done now. So analysis doesn't really matter, it's the executions that matter. So here, how do we approach this area? Look at that, we approach in the form of 1, 2, 3 pattern, but I don't take reversal straight, so I only focus on continuation. So I was not interested in anything here. So beside price, I think price was already here, so when we're looking at the pair. So when I go to 1 hour, what do we have now? From the Sunday market breakdown, I said okay, if I am going to sell here, there's going to be 2 scenarios that I'm going to be looking to sell here, because I understood price can still come down here and then form this sort of continuation, break to the upside and head towards the the value area that is at the top. But then if I am going to sell this, then I want a price to maybe trickle to the upside, then give me that impulsive drop. Then I will look for that 15-minute continuation, and then I can sell from there. However, if we did not get that, the only way I'm going to sell is if price break this low impulsively on 4 hour, then I can look for the continuation to sell. That is exactly what we did. When we go to 4 hour, as you can see the break there. So when you go, as you can see the break there, we broke very impulsively. So then that is when I now start looking for my continuation. When price begin to form this continuation, essentially you have something like this. Some people might take this continuation, then you get tagged in and get tagged out. If you did, it is what it is. But you just have to know what you're looking for, because when you go to 15 minutes, before you take position, you have to go to 15 minutes to actually see what you need to see there. Because look, 15 minutes shows a lot of information here. On 15 minutes, I would definitely take this position if there was nothing like this point here. The reason I did not take this position was because of these 2 points here, because I was like, okay, we can stay, tag people on the wrong side, tag you in, just like it did here, tag you in, and then come tag you out, because you are going to be entering around here and then having your SL around here, and then you got tagged out for the trade. So because of this, I was like, if we come back and tag this place out, then that is when I'll start looking for my entry. However, if price continue without coming back to that point, then I'm going to be looking for continuation of 15 minutes, and then I'm going to look to get involved, because we still have some good range to play, right? So what happened, price from this bottom, which now gives me perspective that okay, we could be heading toward this point here. So we did, and then when price make this rejection here, that's now when I connect my trend line, and then yeah, you could actually enter here, but then because of this, when I came back, price was already making these moves. So I was like, okay, to see what price was going to do. And then after this candle closes, that is now when I set my order just around here. I have my stop loss around 20 something, like 30 pips or so, I can't remember, and then just up there. So yeah, the management, when price make this move, I move to break even initially, and then when price make this continuation here, now at the time price was making this bullish candle, it was so strong then, so I had to just move my SL around 1.6 or something like that. Okay, if price is going to continue, then I don't want to be in the position again. Or if eventually it broke to the downside, on the norms, I would have, when price was here, I would have at least locked in 2% or 2.5 at least, and then I'll probably be stopped out or maybe stay in the position. But I was asleep when this thing here happened, and then I was asleep when this thing here happened. So by the time I came back, price was already making these moves here, so I just had to lock my profit around 3% or so, and then eventually I got stopped out for around 3%, I think 3.11% or so. So you might say, why didn't I move to break even and just hold it, and then maybe I would have capitalized on all those moves here? The thing is, the way I'm trading now is the way I will be trading if I am to trade any kind of bigger account, let's say 7-figure or 6-figure or whatever account, because it's about sustainability, like Falcon, like Mark always says, it's about sustainability. So I want to be trading the same way I would trade bigger accounts or maybe any investment capital or whatever. So on a bigger account, I won't be comfortable, taking this kind of pullback. So I'd rather stay out of the position and make 1 or 2% or even 0.5%. I'll be happy, because you don't know how deep this can go. This can actually, because you still have a value area at the upside, this can actually, continue to go and before, from here goes up. So I don't want to be in the position, which is why I'm happy to, get out around 3.11% or so. And then, yeah, it was such a fantastic trade. So the next one here is Kiwi, Audnzd Kiwi. So just like I said, if you haven't watched the Sunday market breakdown, just go there and watch it, because there's characteristics about this Audnzd Kiwi that I talked about there. So which was the reason we were even looking for the sales from this area. Again, so let me just delete it here. So we were looking to sell this based on specific characteristics of Audnzd Kiwi, and then beside we have this arcane formation here, so which is why we were looking for the sell. We see how price approaches those areas, so we also that could be an area we could see the sell. So now let me just go to 1 hour and then see walk you through. So essentially, when price was coming this side, I have my point here anticipating a head and shoulder, because I understood most of the time the right shoulder is going to supersede the left shoulder. So after this drop, I was actually on 15 minutes looking to see if I would have a continuation, but then I didn't get it, and then price went back up, and then formed this kind of channel like this, and then drop. So after the drop, that's now when I moved to 15 minutes to access the environment. On the 15 minutes, we had a hook point. We had a hook point there. Have a hook point, and now price kind of forms something like this. I know a lot of people will actually be selling here 1, 2, 3 and then ignore the hook point. Look, price near misses that, and then because of that, look at this point here. Price could actually evolve into 1, 2, 3 structure, so which is one of the reasons I had to wait for the in case price was going to come. But however, my other game plan was, if price is not going to come to this point here, then I will be waiting for any sort of 15 minute minimum 6 to 8 15-minute candle, and then I'm going to sell, because 5 minutes is not, this is 5-minute entry, but this is not enough because of this hook point here. So if you're going to take any reduced risk entry, it should be a 15-minute confirmation, and then maybe if you have that 15 minutes 6 to 8 hours, so 6 to 8 15-minute candle, then you can actually scale down to 5 minutes and refine your entry. But you have to still wait for that flag on 15 minutes because of the risk nature of this position here. But eventually, price came back and from this 1, 2, 3 ascending structure into that hook point, which for me, this is one of my go-to setup. I love this kind of setup. So, and then what happened after this rejection there? See my entry order somewhere around here, and I have 10 pips stop. Just like I said, I don't go lower than 10 pips. So I might sell there, and then the management was pretty kind of the same, simple, black and white. Yep. So when price was here, I initially moved to break even, and then when price make 4%, for example, I lock in 2%. That's our management position. When it makes 6%, I lock in 4%, and when it makes 8.5%, I lock in 6%. So yeah, I lock in around here, and then eventually, because I understood we still have potential of making it to the at least 90% of this base here, which is why I was a bit linear with it, to this base here. Oh my god, to this base here, and then that could be around 16%. So, but then I don't have to be got taken out, carried away by the percentage return. So I have to focus on the moment and then manage accordingly. When it's 8.5, I just have to lock in 6% and give it 2.5% buffer. So yeah, or breathing space if you like. So I got stopped out here. Nice position overall, 9% up this week. So they are both a fantastic position. Go to setup. Look guys, in trading, you need to have the right education, because the reason we are going to formal trade, revenge trade, create those kind of things is because of lack of proper trading education. You need the right education so that you know exactly what you are looking for, what you need to wait for, and then you know how to access every situation. That's what the top performers do. You assess your environment. What is risky? Okay, how can I mitigate risk? So if there's nothing you can do to mitigate risk, these are the scenario where you don't want to be taking the trade. Because look, if you're, let's say, taking a 7-figure account, you don't want to be taking those kind of trades. Yeah, I'm not a 7-figure trader. In fact, I'm not a 6-figure or even a 5-figure trader. Yes, I'm not a funded trader as well. But then I still have to trade my many small accounts the same way I would trade other 7-figure, call it whatever account, because it's about sustainability, like Mark always said. So guys, just like I said, you need a proper trading education before you can execute without fear, greed, FOMO, or anything, which is why I recommend Falcon FX. Look guys, if you have the money, there's no way you shouldn't take that course. Though me, I never took the course, but then I kind of regret not going into the mentorship, because yes, one of the reasons is because I can't afford it at the time. So I just had to get the course from a friend, and then I study on my own. Most of the things that I'm doing now is based on experience, and then with a little sort of trade recap, and then trade analysis of EBs and what's in the Safia that I was. That's now I was able to refine and tweak, and then my trading plan was actually, there's a lot of things that I actually see like fitted out myself. Like the way that I was even trading was actually the way Falcon was trading. But in terms of high risk, low risk, I never knew anything about that. But then I knew about hook points. Then I just feel like it's a liquidity point. Price normally comes down, take out liquidity. But then watching Falcon, it evolves my trading. Imagine if I had joined initially back in 2021. Trust me, I would have been a kind of six-figure trader by now. But then because I never joined, I had to pay the price with my trading account, which is something you don't want to be doing because it's very frustrating. And you could even give up before you become profitable. So which is why, guys, I recommend you go subscribe to Falcon FX. That's the best place to be, guys. Even me at this point, I'm still looking forward to join because I still feel like there's always a room for improvement, guys, in there. So invest in your proper trading education, and then that is when you can now execute properly without fear, greed, or FOMO. So now let's go to the second one.